Hi everyone, I'm Dr. O'Connor. Welcome to Chemistry 252 Online. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the syllabus. And I'm not going to go over the whole syllabus. I'll just go over the more important points, and then you can read the syllabus carefully a little bit later. So office hours are held either in my office in SI 328 or on Blackboard Collaborate. So if you, for example, here on Monday, I have office hours in SI 328, you would come to my office. On Monday afternoon, I have them in Blackboard Collaborate. You would click the office hour link in Blackboard. Sometimes I need to cancel office hours, so make sure that you check the office hours on Blackboard to make sure that I'm holding them on a certain day. I answer emails within 24 hours during the work week, and if you don't receive a reply, that means I didn't receive your email, and this is most likely due to the CSU email filter. So you should probably use your CSU email address for all email correspondence. You can read about the prerequisite, course description. All exams are going to be administered on Blackboard, and in order to take the exam, you must be logged into Zoom according to the schedule. So make sure you check the course schedule below to see the day and time the exam is scheduled for and clear your schedule for that day. Okay? You will need to have the camera on, and you should have a wide angle view. So the best way to do that is to use your computer for logging into Blackboard to access the exam, and use your phone camera for that wide angle view. I don't want to just see your face. I want to be able to see your work area. Okay. I'm not going to be looking at what you're writing or anything like that, but I just want to see your work area. We don't need to see your screen or anything like that, but I just want to be able to see your work area. If you're worried about privacy, if you're taking your exam from home, then you can use a computer at CSU, okay, in order to take the exam. Exams will open at 6 o'clock, and they will actually submit at 7:30 p.m. So you have an hour and a half for each of the 3 exams. Final exam, you'll have 2 hours, 6 to 8 o'clock p.m. Required materials, your e-text and the required Mastering Chemistry is included in your tuition. So you'll have no problem accessing those before the first day of the course. And if you opted out of that, you need to go ahead and purchase those. So you do need these, the e-text and the mastering for your assignments. Okay. And basically what you do is you go to the home page, open up the Brightwave course materials link, get your access code, and then you go to the Pearson link, click on that to put in your access code and register for your materials. Okay. As far as calculators go, you're most likely not going to need a calculator for most of this course, but you cannot use programmable or graphing calculators for exams. Probably the best calculator to use is the TI-30X calculator. You can pick one up at a store for about $10.99. Be careful on Amazon. I saw the same calculator going for $35. You do not need to pay that much money for that calculator. You will need a dependable computer and internet connection for the online course. In order to succeed in this course, make sure you review all of these topics here from College Chemistry 1. The course is offered online, So there are no regularly scheduled lectures for this course, but I do have lecture videos, and those are required. Okay, so what you should do is read your text and then watch the videos, take notes as you go through the videos, mark down any questions you might have, and then you can ask me those questions. You probably should use an Ethernet connected computer when taking exams and assessments. Usually iPads, phones, you shouldn't use those. In fact, you're not even allowed to use a phone to take the exam. I will hold help sessions using Blackboard Collaborate, so you can watch the video on how to access that. And as long as there's student interest in these problem help sessions, I'll hold them throughout the semester. Everything in this course is administered online. I also have some optional videos that you can watch to help with problems, but I've already gone over the navigation of Blackboard, and all of your required videos are there in each of the course folders. If you need technical help for Blackboard or technical help from Pearson, I cannot help you with that. What you need to do is contact Blackboard or contact Pearson. They will give you the technical help that you need. Okay, so as far as the course format, you go to the Start Here folder and you read that first file. Read this first, okay, and then that'll get you going in the course. Let's see. After you go through the videos and everything in the Start Here folder, you can go to the Syllabus and Course Information folder and make sure you carefully read the syllabus. So you can read the rest of this on your own. Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, that's what I'll use for the problem help sessions and exam review sessions. Student evaluation. So you're going to have to do the mastering homework assignments, and there are 11 of those. You'll be graded on 10 of them. Okay, so 10 out of 11 required homework assignments. Quizzes. There are 11 quizzes. You're only graded on 10 of those. There are 11 discussions, and you only have to do 9 of those. We have 3 midterm exams, each worth 100 points. We have a comprehensive final exam worth 200 points. A midterm survey, that's worth 5 points. That'll post in March. And then we have a discussion board introduction, that's worth 5 points. And an introductory material quiz worth 5 points. Total number of points you can earn in this course, 715 points. I'll tell you right now that in order to succeed in this course, you need to complete not just the exams, but the assignments and the quizzes, discussions, and all of that. Your final grade is based on all of this work. So you could earn A's and B's on the exams and still get a D for the course if you don't submit assignments and quizzes. Okay, so be careful. You can read about the homework assignments. The dynamic study modules, those are listed with the homework assignments, and you can you can earn up to 16 extra credit points. So each dynamic study module is worth 1 point. So basically these dynamic study modules are tailored to each student individually, and what they do is they give you additional practice in the areas where you struggle more. So you can read about these, but I would definitely recommend doing these. 16 points extra credit is a lot of extra credit, so do those as we go. I have those all due beyond the end of the semester. No, I have them due at the end of the semester. And but you should be working on them as you go. Quizzes, are worth 5 points each. You have 2 attempts for each quiz, but you have to complete them in one sitting. You can't save and then go back to it the next day and resume the quiz. They all have a timer associated with them. You will not be able to make up a quiz because the quiz answers will post as soon as the submission deadline has ended. So again, make sure you're using a computer that does not have connection problems. If your computer at home has problems, then use the computers at CSU. Okay. Required discussion. Again, your grade is based on 9 out of 11 discussions. You need to post an original response to the question and reply to at least one other post to receive the 5 points. Okay. Make sure you format your post using complete sentences, correct grammar and punctuation. If they are not formatted correctly, you will not get the credit. No late submissions. I've already talked about the exams. Again, you have to be logged into Zoom on the exam date, and you must have your camera on, a wide angle view. Okay, you have to be on time to take the exam, and so if you come into the exam at 7 o'clock, you're only going to have a half hour to finish that exam, period. Cleanup quizzes. After each of the 3 midterm exams, I post a cleanup quiz. That'll post like at 7 p.m. on exam night, and it'll be due the next day at 11:59 p.m. And the cleanup quizzes are worth 5 extra credit points each. So make sure you do the cleanup quizzes. You can think of the cleanup quiz points as being added to your exam. So if you have an exam that consists of 25 questions and you score 80, that means you got 20 questions correct out of 25. I think your exams will be 50 questions, okay? But anyway, if you scored a 4 out of 5 on the cleanup quiz, you can think of the 4 points as being added to your exam score. Okay, so if you got an 80% on the exam, you add the 4 points to that. That's an 84 out of 100. Final exam is cumulative, and it's worth 200 points. So you'll have 2 hours for the final exam. Introductory material quiz worth 5 points, and that covers the course policies and the syllabus, and you only have 1 attempt for the quiz. Again, don't save and resume later. Discussion board introduction. So this is worth 5 points. You can put anything you want there. You can include your name, major, interests, and all of that. And in order to get the 5 points credit, you have to post an original response and reply to at least 2 other posts. Okay. And the midterm survey, that will post in March. I'll send you a reminder on that. I have a traditional grading scale. This shows you how you can calculate your grade. So I only calculate grades twice during the semester. That's once during midterms and once at the end of the semester. So make sure that you are able to guesstimate your grade. You can read about assignments and practice problems. And the assignments tend to be a bit more challenging, so you should do plenty of practice problems before you attempt your assignments. Okay? You can read all of this on your own. This is our course schedule. Our first exam will be on February 16th at 6 o'clock p.m. That'll cover modules 1, 2, and 3. Second exam, third exam, and then final exam. This semester is going to go by very fast. Here are the due dates for discussions, required assignments, and quizzes. Here, for each required assignment, I have a suggested due date, and here I have an absolute due date. So that means that those due dates are the day after the exam. I wouldn't leave them until the day after the exam. Work on these as you go. Respectful email policy, make sure that you include a salutation like "Hi, Dr. O'Connor," or you have to have your full name, student ID number, course number, and then make sure that you use proper capitalization and punctuation and a closing. So if you send me an email that's not formatted this way, I'll just send it back. And ask you to review the respectful email policy. So, if you need help with the material, then you either email me or make an appointment with Task for a tutor. And here's the information for that. You can read about withdrawal, incomplete grade, course expectations. The minimum amount of time is about 3 to 4 hours per week for every credit hour. So for this course, it's 3 credit hours. That's 9 to 12 hours per week. But most students need to spend much more time than 9 to 12 hours per week for this course. Okay? So I give you some hints here how to succeed in the course. You can read about academic dishonesty. Just, don't cheat. And for exams online, do not take pictures of the exam. Do not print an exam. Do not get help from anyone while taking the exam. Do not use other websites when taking the exam, and so on. Here are some of the exam policies. And I don't usually give makeup exams. You have to have official documentation that I can verify. Okay? And lack of preparation, waking up late, misinformation, forgetting about the date, negligence, your work schedule, planned vacations or other events are not valid reasons for missing an exam. You'll just get a 0 for the missed exam. You can read about cheating here. Students with disabilities, educational access is the provision of classroom accommodations. If you need accommodations, then please contact the Office of Disability Services, okay? And they will take care of what you need. And then here are just the student registration instructions for MyLab and Modified Mastering with Blackboard. I'm just going to change this to Pearson. Okay. Whoops, where is my, let's see. There we go. So, again, I've gone over these instructions several times in this video and other videos. And that is it for the syllabus. So, I hope everyone has a great rest of the day. And hopefully I'll meet most of you maybe sometime next week. So we'll talk to you soon.